Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, been holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing, if you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
That's my cue. Why don't I have somebody to tell me that? That's your cue, Paisley. That's your cue. I hope everybody's doing well. It's only been hours since we saw each other last, but we're together again, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad to be here with you. Hi, Vicky, Carol, Adam, Cellulite Yoga Pants. Vicky, you sent a membership milestone I saw. Let's celebrate that. 17 months! That's so awesome. Thank you so much. I can't believe that. But again, you know, our baby is turning 2. That's this channel. Turning 2 in July, so my, how time flies. We have ourselves a bit of a doozy today. Cellulite Yoga Pants. Funny you say that. For some reason, probably because of my inability to regulate my emotions properly and a plethora of other personal issues, YouTube Daddy sees fit to inject into my algorithm like autism and ADHD tips. And one of the tips recently was if you're talking to people in the office and you find it difficult to make small talk. Now, that's never been my problem. I'm going to say I don't have that kind. Whatever I've got, it's not the problem about making small talk. But she explained that you could use the days of the week. I thought it was a very interesting workaround, probably for people like me. So, for example, if somebody says, hey, how are you doing? You can just say, it's Monday. Or she was like, an advanced use of this technique would be to say, it's not a day. So, well, it's not Friday. And she's like, and everyone seems to leave you alone after you use these days of the week. Which I thought was really sweet. So, it's Wednesday. It's hump day. Let's hump our way through a few custody hearings. Boy, have I been busy this morning already. My computer, I put a new one on the wish list again because I basically filled this one up and I'm recording so much court, I can't work at the same time. So, you'll have to forgive me because I want all of the different hearings, but I can't get them all. I can't. Yet. I'm working on it. I'm figuring it out. Anyways. But I did get I literally got 15 hearings this morning, but I'm still a hoarder. I want more. Yeah, leave me alone techniques. That's basically what they are. Right. This is
Judge number 35.
Judge, guy, hold the phone, please. Hold the phone. We're about to start. Hold the phone. Members only. It says members only. It's not members only. Whatever, bro. Also, the weather is so nice here today. I'm going to check it here in a second. I might even venture outside. Who am I kidding? I'm not going to. I planned to have my coffee and a joint on the patio, and I was like, meh, never mind. Meh. Oh my god, I've been brainwashed by the island. It's 52 degrees. It's 52 degrees. That is not nice. Oh my god. I've been brainwashed. Sorry, it's 51 now. Feels like 49. Paisley, what is going on with you? Can we jump ahead here? Can we get to the case?
Look on your device for 4 squares or dots in the words join breakout room and click on that. And then Judge Mr. Abdali is ready to approach on the case.
Also. Oh, sorry, Judge. I'll let you go. I'll think about this.
Good morning, Mr. Abdali. What number?
It's number 26.
Okay.
Is she on the floor? Chiara?
We're hearing calls number DF 2417901 Dixon and Heath. With the parties in the Dixon and Heath matter, please raise your right hands. Do each of you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this cause will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Mr. Dixon
Yes.
and Miss Heath.
Yes.
Okay. You may both lower your hands. And Mr. Abdali, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. The state filed a petition to establish the parent-child relationship. The parties have reached an agreement. I'd like to present the terms of the agreement.
Hold on one second, sir.
Sure.
Is that a TV or somebody yelling?
Okay, you may proceed.
In the previous setting, the court ordered genetic testing, and both parties did receive the results of the testing of confirming paternity for Mr. Dixon. The parties have agreed that joint managing conservatorship is not in the best interest of the child, and the parties have agreed that Ms. Heath will be the managing conservator with Mr. Dixon as the possessory conservator of the child with no residency restriction.
That's a strange agreement. So yeah, we have to remember I sort of gave this away. No burying the lead here. I gave it away in the thumbnail and title, but bro's married. Yeah, I don't know. 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 That's all I'll say. I played the fucking fifth.
And the standard possession order for sole managing conservatorship. The parties have also agreed that Mr. Dixon will provide health insurance and will furnish the health insurance information to Ms. Heath within the next 15 days. And additional health expenses to be split 50-50. The parties have agreed that the child support will be $1,078 beginning May 1st, 2025. And the parties have agreed and are asking the court for a retroactive child support judgment of $6,468 as of April 23rd, 2025. to be paid at $100 a month starting May 1st, 2025, and court costs as billed. May I call the witnesses?
Yes, you may.
The state calls Mr. Dixon. Can you please state your full name?
Yes, Keenan Dixon.
Are you in agreement to the terms which I just presented?
Yes.
Okay, sir, why is it that you feel that joint managing conservatorship, where you would have parental rights over the child, more parental rights over the child, why is it that you believe that is not in the best interest of the child?
Me and Miss Kiara, we both had agreed not to have this child, and then it went a different way. So
Because of you. But okay.
Excuse me.
Oh! Oh! The tea is hot. Oh, this is an agreement, folks. This is why I record court. This is why. Oh, shit. He's wearing his seatbelt. He knew he was going for a bumpy ride. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Oh!
and me and Miss Kiara, we both had agreed not to have this child, and then it went a different way. So
Because of you. But okay.
Excuse me, Ms. Heath.
that's fine.
He's talking now and he's being asked questions. If you can't refrain from responding to what he says, then you need to mute yourself until it's your time to talk. Okay, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Abdali.
And Judge, I apologize. There was one term which I left out, and that was that the parties did agree to leave the child's last name as is, which is currently Heath. Mr. Dixon, are you in agreement with that term as well?
Yes.
Okay. The state passes the witness.
Hold on, Mr. Dixon. You
Yes,
understand you
ma'am.
have the right to be a joint managing conservator of this child, right?
Yes.
Do you plan on being a part of this child's life?
No, ma'am. I do not.
Okay, so you've just decided that you have a child and you're not going to participate in their life.
Well, I didn't decide to have this child.
It doesn't matter what you decided to do back then, sir. I'm asking you now. The child is here now, and you've decided you're not going to participate in this child's life.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Ooh, Flusha! You came in at the right time. Hi, Officer Porkchop. Oh! Oh, court. Oh, I love it. The drama. Did you see her little thumbs down? Let's listen again. You always come at the right time. Oh, I love that. I love that for you. I know. We're going to have our live stream, and then I'm going to sit down and make this into a video and post it, and y'all have to go watch it then too. Yeah, wow.
Managing conservator of this child, right?
Yes.
Do you plan on being a part of this child's life?
No, ma'am. I do not.
Okay, so you've just decided that you have a child and you're not going to participate in their life.
Well, I didn't decide to have this child.
It doesn't matter what you decided to do back then, sir. I'm asking you now. The child is here now, and you've decided you're not going to participate in this child's life.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You can call your next witness, Mr. Abdali.
The state calls Ms. Heath. Can you please state your full name?
Kiara Heath.
Are you in agreement with the terms which I presented?
Yes.
Can you explain why you believe that joint managing conservatorship is not in the best interest of the child?
Because he's a liar, and because I don't want my kid around nobody that don't want to be around my kid. So
Thank you. The state passes the witness.
Okay, so I haven't heard any testimony that would make me do sole managing conservatorship. All of this is about the relationship you guys have with each other. None of this is about the best interest of this child. None of it.
well, Your Honor, can I speak?
Yes.
I have proof on my end. I don't know about him, but I have 2 kids already. I did not want the baby. It changed because of him. He did not help with the abortion. His wife called me on the 6th to let me know they were married. I didn't know that. It's like after the 6th.
Okay, I want you to tell me something about your child. You keep talking about a relationship between you
But
and him.
we
How
never
is
had a
any of this
relationship.
in the
That's
best
the
interest
point.
of your child?
I don't know that. I mean, I just agree with what he say because I'm not going to force anybody to be in a child life they don't want to be in. So that will be something he would have to answer.
Yes, ma'am. So, and why is there no geographic restriction?
Judge,
Just because
so,
they agreed to it?
well, Judge, I tried, you know, to explain to the best of my ability, not representing them, what the ramifications would be of not having that, and the parties did agree that they felt that that's the way they want to proceed with that.
Okay. I am going to leave the no geographic restriction. I am going to make you guys joint managing conservators. Mr. Dixon, that doesn't mean you have to have anything to do with this child. It just means if your heart changes, you will have a right to have something to do with this child. And I would strongly hope that you would not punish a child for something that 2 adults did and that your heart would change. But I'm going to make you guys joint managing conservators. I'll leave the no geographic restriction, leave the standard visitation. Mr. Dixon is to provide health insurance. Sir, is this through your employment or through an outside source?
Employment.
Okay. All the other terms of the order that were agreed to, I will accept those terms. Make those terms the order of the court. Does anyone have any questions?
No.
No, ma'am.
All right, then thank you both for appearing here today, and you're both free to go.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Abdallah.
That literally aged the
Judge, I need
judge.
to make
That
one.
case legitimately aged the judge. It was like you saw part of her soul just sort of drop. It is very, very traumatic. I don't think that. I don't know. I just think it's terrible on all fronts. All fronts. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we're going to switch courts, even though I got fucking an hour more of that court. We're going to switch courts over to this one because. Sorry. Because this case was gonna be. Here, I want to show you guys what the thumbnail was gonna be, and then I remembered about the other one. So, if you keep in mind, we had married man got her pregnant. She says he's a liar. That was what we ended up going with, but this was the alternate option. So look at his watch. Look at that. Look at that blang he's showing off. Hi, Casey Carey. You're just in time. So, this is... Oh my God. Look at me zooming in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. Okay. Okay. Now, time is an illusion because I got to slow this bitch down to half. And away we go.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, this is a modification and a confirmation of arrears. We have a partial agreement. First, we'd ask the court to notice that the father is here, although he was not served, and that he's been sent a copy of the petition.
So noted.
Okay, I'll read the partial agreement and then I'll take testimony. Parties agree that child support arrears should be confirmed in the amount of $40,299 as of March 31st, 2025. Parties are in agreement that a medical support arrears judgment should be taken in the amount of $15,367.17 as of March 31st, 2025. Parties agree that neither of them has insurance available at a reasonable cost and that Medicaid should be ordered. The contested issues are the modification of the child support and the payment on the arrears. I will now call the mother. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Cindy Orozco,
And ma'am, can you state the name and age of the child or children in this case?
Mackenzie Miller, 13 years old, and Cody Miller, 12 years old.
And they still live with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't live with the father, correct?
That's right.
Okay. Did you hear the agreements I read?
Yes, I did.
Are those portions, are you in agreement with those?
Yes, I am.
Okay. The state is asking for the payout on the arrears. This is not going forward, but the payout for child support be $252. Are you okay with that?
I'm not in agreement with that.
Okay. And we're asking that the payout on the medical support arrears be $127. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I'm in agreement with that.
Okay, how much do you want the arrears payment to be?
The arrears. Let me see. Okay, you know what? I do apologize. Yes, that is right. That is what we
Okay,
talked about. Yes.
okay. And then the state is requesting to modify child support going forward. So yeah, this is different than the arrears going
Right.
forward. We're asking for child support to be $262. It's $340 now. Are you in agreement with that change?
That is not what I'm in agreement with. Yeah.
Okay, what do you want it to be?
To be honest with you, if there's no income in his end, I would like for it to stay at the amount that is right now. Because I do have one of my kids is autistic, so I do need support on that financially.
Okay. And then for medical support, we're asking $113. Are you in agreement with that portion?
You said that's for medical, correct?
Yeah, for the cost of
fine.
Medicaid.
Yes, I'm in
Okay.
agreement with that.
And there was a non-disclosure of your address ordered last time you were here. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And do you want that to continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you would like to add?
Well, to the judge.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would like for you to take consideration of, the 10 years that has passed. And, I've been doing everything that I can to take care of my kids, financially and, all across the room. And I really would wish that, that the other parent would step up and do something for them.
Thank you.
That's it.
I pass this witness. I call the father. Sir, can you state your name for the record?
Yeah, it's Michael Cody Miller.
Okay, Mr. Miller. I know there's some portions we don't agree to. but we'll get to those in a second. First, I'm gonna ask you the portions that I read as agreements. Are you still okay with those?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's talk about the reason that we're here for the modification. What are you currently doing now for work?
So right now I'm looking for work. I'm working odd jobs, here and there. I do deliveries for a company sometimes. I make on average right now like 200 a week. If sometimes it's a little more, but right now because of it's been kind of slow. It's been averaging about a little over $200 a week. I'm also currently in school. I'm a year into school for 3D game art design. I have one more year left, and I'm gonna have my bachelor's degree. So right now, I've just been in the process of trying to deal with all this, and at the same time, try to figure this out. I also have testimony on my part, if I can, that I would like to say.
Let's get through my questions first, and then at the
Sure,
end, you have the opportunity to address the court. I think
sure.
some of the things I may ask you may help. All right, so would you say that your circumstances have changed financially as far as work since the last time we were here?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, circumstances in life, no, because at the time I was still working and I was on the streets back when we first came to court about child support. Things have gotten a little bit better. I'm not necessarily on the streets. I'm still struggling, but I'm in school. So yeah, things have definitely changed, and some parts it's still been kind of hard for me.
So you're okay with the child support that the state is requesting, the 262 for child support and the medical support for 113?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we're asking that the payout of the arrears be 252 and 127. 252 for child support, 127 for paying on those arrears for medical. What is your opinion on that?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. So now let's talk about the non-disclosure. Um, as you know, the mother was granted a non-disclosure last time we were here. You heard her testimony, correct, where she said she wanted it to continue. What is
Yes.
your response to that?
I completely disagree with it. The thing for me is originally I was put on supervised visitation so that I could see the kids with her mother. Her mother was the one that was chosen to be the supervisor with me and the kids, and that was completely fine with me, because me and her mom get along. The thing is that at the time there was like probably 2 or 3 weekends that I got to see the kids with her mom, but her mom was so busy with work, working 6, 7 days out of the week at the time, that she couldn't keep up with letting me see the kids every other weekend. And eventually Cindy started letting me see the kids on my own. And,
Okay,
you
sir,
know,
let me be a little bit more specific.
I
Um,
want her to release her address. I want to know her phone number. I didn't know without my contract that when she didn't show up to Chick-fil-A and stop letting me see my kids, that I had to put what is a report in. I didn't know that, but for the past 11, 10 years, I have not been able to see my kids. I have not been able to talk to them. I don't get phone calls. I don't get video chats. I haven't been able to be in touch with my children in this entire time, and I don't care about paying what I need to pay for my children. I'm not giving up. It's just I want to be able to talk to them, and right now I'm out of state, but it's temporary. Pretty soon I'm coming back home, and I want to be a part of their lives. But for now, I would at least like to talk to them or see them on the phone or something. But I don't get any of that. And I don't feel that it's fair that I don't know where she lives. I don't feel that it's fair that I don't have her phone, because when she blocks me on social media, I have no way of reaching out to my children. I don't know if they're okay. I can't do anything as a
has
father.
there been any family violence since the last order between you two?
No.
No, but there was a
Nobody's asking
that was
you.
ordered. That's why it was
That's what else was. Nobody's asking you.
okay.
Um,
So Miller, you want to answer the question?
Yes, I said no, ma'am. There has not been.
okay. I pass this witness and I'm just going to ask mom about family violence. Ma'am, since the last order, this is the last time that they were here, just listen to my question. Is there a protective order that's been issued?
No,
Okay. Have there been any criminal convictions of family violence against Mr. Miller?
not from my part, but he does have some.
Okay. What is the reason? What is your response? Well, is there anything else that you would consider family violence that you would like to mention right now?
I
Rose, I'll send you a link. I can't remember off the top of my head. I have it somehow, but I will send you a link to the court. Also, is that beanie toque really $300? Oh, Lord.
don't feel that my kids are safe around him.
Why?
Um, he, if we want to backtrack to the beginning, of the court
No, I
order,
don't. I don't. I want you to tell me what has happened specifically since the last time we were in court, why the father should not have access to your address or know where the children are at.
I would like to keep it like that. I don't feel safe that he has good intentions
Has he
on.
seen the children? When's the last time he saw the children?
It was probably that same year that we got the court order,
What year is that?
2015.
So it's your testimony that in 10 years the father has not seen the children?
That's right.
I pass the witness.
All right. A lot of miscommunication here in your case. Number one here on the financial parts, Mr. Miller, you're not making your payments. You owe a tremendous large amount of money. There's no excuse for that, other than you just intended not to pay. That's the way I look at it when somebody owes $40,000 and $15,000. It's like $55,000 plus that you owe. You basically haven't paid very well, and you had the option to pay it and you didn't. So you got to pay this back. The amounts that the state's asking for is just paying interest. And so you have to pay more than just these numbers to pay that back because you weren't too sympathetic to the mother when you weren't paying your support. You pretty much were getting paid cash or self-employed, and you chose not to make your payments. So you're gonna have to make your payments. It's just gonna get worse. You're gonna wind up paying more money. You're not saving any money. Your kids aren't benefiting when you don't pay. You may think you're benefiting and that you're getting something over on the mother, but you're not. It's not. The children are gonna want to be the ones to suffer here, and then you're gonna wonder when they're adults why you still owe a large amount of money and why you got to pay it back to the mother. It's because she's basically loaning you money in a way. But she'd rather have the money consistently so that she can help pay for bills while the kids are kids, not when they're adults. So you need to get on fixing that for the future. There has been a material change in circumstances for child support. So for the future, you owe 262 for child support and 113 for medical. The payment on the child support arrears will be 252, and the payment on the medical support arrears will be 127. 10 years is a long time for there not to be visitation. Some of it is because you're out of state, Mr. Miller. You made some choice there to move out of state for whatever reason. That doesn't help as far as visitation is concerned. I mean, intentions are not, they don't mean anything to me. What means to something to me is when people actually do something. So you chose to move out of state, that does not help your visitation. That's not anybody's fault. At the same time, if there's no reason for him not to have your address, and to pick up the kids, then we shouldn't be waiting 10 years for that to happen. That was never the intention 10 years ago for there to be no visitation. The intention was for y'all to figure it out for a little bit of supervised visits and then to jump into every other weekend visitation. I know that's probably both maybe a two-way street and that maybe Mr. Miller didn't try hard enough, but it's also you, Ms. Orozco, not allowing him to visit, not giving him a way to visit. In the end, y'all think y'all are playing games with each other, but you're really playing games with your kids. Your kids are the ones that are suffering here. Because no matter what you say, Ms. Orozco, your kids want to visit with Mr. Miller. I don't care what you say or what you think they're going to say or what you coach them to say. They want to visit with him. it's getting pretty late here. There are, mental issues they may have, or that as an adults, if they don't get to visit with their father. So y'all got to facilitate that to get visitation to happen. I'm not granting your non-disclosure. He's going to know your address, and that way he can come to pick up the kids when he comes back. And it'll be on the, y'all need to go and review the old order. As far as visitation is concerned, I'm not making changes to it, but it's the every other weekend visits from Friday at 6 until Sunday at 6. The kids must go. They don't have a choice. Ms. Orozco, you don't have a choice. They have to go, but of course, it's dependent on Mr. Miller showing up. So if you're not going to come, Mr. Miller, like you're out of state, I understand. You need to let Mr. Orozco know when you come back, when you're intending to start your visitation, and when you're going to do it regularly or not. If you're not going to do it regularly, then you need to let her know in advance, maybe a couple of days before, that yes, I am available this weekend. I'm planning to come. And then if there's a couple weeks or so or months or whatever that pass in between, she doesn't have to come to, she doesn't have to expect you to come unless you are you letting her know. But if you come regularly, then we can just expect that you're going to be there every other weekend. But you have to communicate as well with her as far as that's concerned, because she does not know when you're planning to come. Y'all don't have a choice on all that. Y'all have a court order y'all both must follow. And obviously you have responsibilities that y'all both need to take part of. And I don't see that either one of you are taking a part of that responsibility, but for the most part, Mr. Miller, you're really falling behind here on your support, and that's not good. That might help the other situation, because sometimes I know that child support is not dependent on visitation, visitation not dependent on child support, but sometimes when people pay better, it makes things a lot better too. It makes things better overall as far as communication, makes things better for there not being so many complications of visitation. But like I said, people like to play games. If you're not going to pay me child support, you're not going to see your kids. That's unfortunately people go to that level. I don't like that. Don't approve that. But that's what people do. So there are things that both of y'all can do to improve the situation. You need to stop thinking about what's best for me instead of what's best for my child. And that when you start actually thinking about what your child needs or children need, that's going to change everything. But right now, y'all are only thinking about what's good for me right now. And so that's the problem. Okay, court calls bill to Mr. Miller. The Attorney General's office will draft you order here and email you a copy after I sign it. We're done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Okay. Sir, can I ask you a question real quick? Okay, thank you.
This judge is savage. He just said no. No.
Number 8.
If this lady's in a tank top coming up, this is our last. Oh no. Mr. Hodge, no. No, 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 no. No. We need the tank top lady. This is what we need. What's he drinking? What is that? What is that? I'm gonna need some. Oh, speaking of OnlyFans, Flusha, thanks for reminding me. I made some new OnlyFans content this morning in the shower, which I'll post later for the 3 people that love me. What is that cup? Is that just a cup?
16.
It looks like a movie theater cup to me. Anyways, in this case, rare, I think that the judge likes the lady coming up. Oh, that was sort of funny. You're going through a divorce too, Erica. Well, you missed the cheater we had at the beginning. Worth a rewatch, but I'm going to make it into a video later, so just wait. Just hang out with us now. Wait. I'll make that. The kid ain't yours, William, as long as you're...
All right, Sarah, Leakey, and Christopher Erickson, please unmute and turn on your camera.
Also, you guys, I believe that
Do you swear testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, the court notes Christopher Erickson was served January 23rd, 2025. He's not filed an answer. Stay ready to proceed with the default.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, the state filed, in this case, a suit to modify and a suit to confirm arrears. We're going to go ahead and announce that we are not seeking a modification here. Just as a note, the mother would be the obligor in this case. We've only reached one agreement with the obligor, with the mother, which is at the mutual non-disclosure that was granted last time continue. I will now call the mother and take her testimony. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Sarah Arlegi.
And ma'am, last time that we were here, you were the one who was ordered to pay child support and medical support. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it true that you have not made your payments?
For this last month, yes.
Is it your testimony that you've made every single payment
Yes, ma'am.
besides last month?
Yes.
Okay. And when you made these payments, is it your testimony that you paid them through the state disbursement unit, or is it your testimony that you paid them directly to the father?
It was through my paychecks. It was taken out.
It was taken out through your paychecks. Okay. And ma'am, you understand that the state is not in agreement with your testimony, that we believe you actually have some arrears that have accumulated. Is that correct? Do you understand that?
They said $480.
Okay. Ma'am, has anyone gone over the pay record with you? It's a document that has the payments you've made.
No.
Okay, I will present that now. Your Honor, may I share the screen?
Yes.
Okay, just bear with me as I open it up.
yeah, Sarah is paying child support to Christopher, who is not here. Where's our Christopher? Christopher Engleby, we love you. We love you. We love you.
All right, Your Honor, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I will tender State's Exhibit 1, a pay record, and ask that be admitted for all purposes.
So it's admitted?
Okay. And ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yes, it's smaller, yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can make it bigger.
That's what he said.
All right, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me whose name this is?
Mine.
Okay. And then I'm scrolling down to the end of the pay record. Can you read that amount, that date to me?
331.
Okay, and can you read that amount to me?
480.30.
Okay. And then can you read this amount to me?
541.
Okay. Permission to stop sharing my screen?
Yes.
Just bear with me, Your Honor, while I...
While I fumble around doing my job, don't worry. The judge is going to step in, Ruth, and handle it for you. Because you certainly fucking fucked this shit up. As usual. I'm sorry if you can't tell, I'm not a fan. Allegedly, in my opinion. Let's go for a drink, Ruth, I guess. But I don't get good vibes.
Um, get back to
Let me ask you here just a moment, if you don't mind.
please.
Miss Leakey, it's a small amount of arrears. It's not a, I can see from your pay history you are a very good payer. So it's not about you necessarily being super delinquent like some of the people that you may have heard this morning. But there is a month or two there of gap of payment. So if you're, it looks like your child support is like $400 or so a month. So if you miss a month, right now they say you owe $480.30. So it's just a little bit different than what your regular payment is, but maybe $80. But that's going to vary throughout the month because it's going to vary depending on how you pay. Now, first, of course, if you don't make payments at all, then that will affect how much you owe. But in your case, that's probably not the major problem. The major problem is that it depends on the month that we are at. So, um, you did miss a month, you admittedly, so that's where you're behind about that month or so, a little bit more than a month. Um, but like your child support's due on the first of the month. So if I look at your how much you owe or how much, let's say, you're behind on the pay record, it'll say that you're basically a month behind on the first. But we know that you're not going to pay it all on the first. You're going to probably pay it by the 30th or 31st of the month. And so then by the end of that month, you probably would have paid the full payment. So that balance is going to kind of go up and down as you saw Miss Willie showed the pay record. It kind of goes up and down just depending on what the part of the month that it's at. Um, so I'm not too concerned about your arrears. I mean, if you are, that's fine. I think the 480 makes sense. The 543, maybe that's, we can look at the pay record again if you want, but it just kind of boils down to you're about a month or two behind overall. Um, Not a lot of interest because you've been paying it. I think you had a zero balance just a few months ago, so there really isn't any interest here to really worry about either. Because interest on $1,000 might be $50 a month, but like again, I don't think you have owed this that much because you're not owed behind until the next month. Uh, so I don't know if that's explains a little bit as to why you owe some. Of course, the payments on those, they don't need to be too high because you don't owe too much on those. But and you can also pay it off later on if you want to pay it off as a lump sum. But we got to schedule some kind of payment to pay that off in addition to the support. Does that kind of explain somewhat about the arrears, or does it help you to understand why they're saying that you owe some money?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if you want to look at the pay rate again, but do you agree that you owe the child support arrears of the 480.30 as of March 31st?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I did see you made another payment after that. That'll still be reflected there. And then they say you owe medical support arrears of $543.05 on that pay record. That's usually the last thing gets paid. So when you pay your support, you only pay a partial payment. Child support gets paid first, medical support gets paid last. And so that number sometimes can be larger than your child support amount. Do you have any objection to it confirming the arrears for medical in that amount?
Yes, I have an objection here.
Okay, why?
When I first contacted the Attorney General's office, because my daughter wasn't enrolled in any health insurance, so I had to pay some, which I understand. I was supposed to give him record that I paid within 30 days, I think, of when I had her on medical, uh, last year, October through December. And since I didn't give him a notification, they said that's off. It has nothing to do with it. But when I talked to the attorney generals, they said that he hasn't had insurance on her since October 2023, and he has yet to obtain any insurance for my daughter.
Okay. We can talk about it for the future, but you still had the order to pay the medical support. Do you understand that?
Okay.
So I can't do much to change it other than maybe change it today. I don't know if the state wants to change it today. Let's come back to that in a minute. So
Okay.
on the child support, they're saying there's really been no change in your income since the last time. They want to leave that the same number for child support. Are you okay with that?
That's fine.
And then, okay, so on the medical, I have to go back on my notes here, but you can probably tell me first, or maybe the state can tell me what, You're saying he's supposed to be carrying medical through his employer?
It was supposed to be through Medicaid, or if he did have insurance from from his employer.
Okay. So do you have insurance available?
No, I had to get a third party in October to because she had to go to the hospital and it was a whole thing. So it was an emergency kind of situation. That's why I got her insurance.
Okay, so do you have insurance now?
Not on her now.
Okay.
I was giving
Your
him.
Honor,
So, I mean, what they're saying is that you don't have insurance. They don't know the father has insurance. They're wanting the father, of course, to apply for Medicaid or CHIPS or get his own insurance. And so if there isn't anything there, then I really can't change that either. Unless you were telling me today I got insurance for the future for your child, then I could take you off of paying that $100 a month. You understand that?
But my thing is he was supposed to have insurance, but he hasn't. So why is he able to keep the $100 a month?
That money's not probably going to go to him if the child's on Medicaid. That's going to go to the states.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He was supposed to have Medicaid since October 2023, and he hasn't had any insurance at all. So
That's
he's been
something,
getting the hundred. He's
Your
been getting
Honor,
that
if I
$100.
may,
that's something you have to address with him. Yes, Ms. Correa?
Your Honor, I would just announce that the state does not have an interest in any of the arrears, and then just remind that the father is ordered to apply for Medicaid, and if he does not get approved, that money is essentially to subsidize any costs that he may have since the child is primarily in his custody for any medical expenses. So that would be our position. If the mother doesn't have any insurance for the order to remain and for that medical support, if it's not going to be assigned for it to essentially, it would be rerouted to the father.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of where we are, Ms. Licky. If you don't have another option, then I really can't help you with that part. He's going to have, you basically either, there's like three options, or I guess four options that he can choose to do. Obviously, I agree with you. He needs to choose one of the four options. The options are he applies for Medicaid. They may say you don't apply, don't qualify. That's not his choice. Then they might say you do qualify for CHIPS. That's not up to him other than him applying. And the third option would be he has private insurance, which depends on his employer. And the fourth option would be he has no insurance available at all. And then he would be using this $100 a month to just kind of pay for out-of-pocket medical expenses as we go. I mean, like I said, I don't really have a lot of options here. If you don't have insurance, if you were telling me today I have insurance, and this is what it costs, then we could talk about you not paying the additional $100 a month. But that's kind of where we are. I mean, I agree with you. He should be getting something, but I don't have him here to ask, so I don't know why he hasn't. Most people do apply for Medicaid if they think they qualify for it, but I just don't know. I can't really do much about that part. Okay, so then on the arrears, I can set these payments really low, or we can set them really high, whichever I'm leaving it up to you. I would say it just depends on how fast you want to pay them off. Obviously, the longer it takes you to pay them off, you pay a little more interest. But as long as they stay in these reasonable numbers, then there shouldn't be a big problem. I would say anywhere between $15 on the lowest for each of them, or $50 a month on each of them, depending on how fast you want to pay them off. Which do you prefer to do? Do you want to do 15 and 15, or 50 and 50, or somewhere in between?
The lower.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're not making any changes to child support and medical support. Confirming child support arrears at $480.30, payable at $15 a month. Medical support arrears confirmed at $543.05, payable at $15 a month. And let's see. I'll waive court costs.
Okay.
See, he likes her.
You've been a good payer. I don't want to add to that part there.
Thank you.
And then let's see what else do I think. Yeah, I think that's mostly about it. I mean, maybe you'll have a tax return, maybe it'll pay it off. pay off this balance, then you won't have to worry about this extra $30 a month. But if not, then you need to pay that off and just keep making your payments like you have. And if either one y'all need to have a discussion about what y'all need to do for health insurance, the out-of-pocket expenses are not what I'm talking about. So if you have out-of-pocket expenses, that's separate from what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting the children on some kind of insurance. That's something y'all need to talk about. And then if you have either one of you have unreimbursed medical expenses, you want the other party to pay half of those, then you need to give him a copy of those receipts so that he could be liable to pay those half of those costs. But if you don't send them, then you kind of eat those costs. All right, that'll be the order of the court. The attorney general's office will put that in writing. You're done with court, Ms. Leakey. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Oh, William, be careful what you wish for. Now it's 100% lady, but that lady is taking off, saying goodbye. Thanks for hanging out with me. That was a quick hour. It went like that. But we had so much fun. Please keep an eye out for the videos coming out later. Oh my God, I need to stretch. I need to eat. I need to do a bunch of things. You know how it goes. But thank you so much for being here. This was real fun. Let's try and do this again soon sometime. I don't mean that in a fake way. I mean that for real, baby. Do me a favor. Remember that I love you and I'm proud of you. And I'll see you in the next video.
Ways down and ready to ride.